Hello, good day, but this is your host, Club Brother, host of Close Sports, and I am live here in Leesburg, Virginia, Loud County area. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get you guys to the fact that Novak Djokovic lost the number one ranking after his Dubai loss to Vesely at Dubai 2022. The Russian GP will not be happening in September because of the Russia's attack on Ukraine. I'll get you guys to the fact that Cesaro is no longer with WWE, by the way. Aaron Rodgers is at Palm Springs, by the way, doing golf. And also get you guys, and also before that, he was at some supermarket with his former interest, Shailene Woodley. XPac is going to be returning to the wrestling ring after years away. And Greg Mousasi retained his Bellator middleweight title against Austin Vanderford, first round TKO. Yeah, the Knicks losing to the Heat. James Harden had 46 points. I'm seeing 27 points in this game, his first Sixers debut game against the Wolves, by the way. That's the good news there, and many more news to come, by the way, because that's all there's I'm going to say on that. All right, so first things first, everybody, I'm going to start things off the fact that Novak Djokovic just lost the number one ranking after his Dubai loss to Jiri Vesely at the Dubai 2022 Open Championship. Medvedev ranked number one, but he would actually lose to Rafael Nadal, by the way. And Rafael Nadal, by the way, is going to the finals, so big congrats to him on that. Also, got some other news I want to get you guys into, by the way, that Aaron Rodgers is at Palm Springs golf, and he was hanging out with his ex, Shailene Woodley, at the Erewhon Market in LA for breakfast, sitting outside the table together, not for long, by the way. Now, Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers, they broke up, by the way. They called off their engagement, so Aaron Rodgers has decisions he's got to make before the new NFL league year, so that should be interesting right there. Also, guys, some other news I want to get you guys into, by the way. The Russian GP will not be happening this year because of Russia's attack on Ukraine. And you got guys like Sebastian Vettel not doing it, not racing in Russian GP. You also had Alex Ovechkin, who says no more war. And you also had guys such as, let's see here. You had guys such as, let's see here. And Andre Rublev says no more war either as well. So that's all there's to say about that. Also, another news I want to get you, by the way. Cesaro is no longer with WWE, by the way, after he declined to fill out a new offer. So Cesaro is no longer with WWE. He's now a free agent. So the question is, where is he going to wind up? Now, Cesaro, he's a former U.S. champ. He's also a former Raw SmackDown Tag Team champ along with the Bar, which he was, with Sheamus was there. So, and also, but Cesaro is no longer with WWE. So that's a big, and he also had a Universal title opportunity against Roman Reigns. But I just cannot believe that Cesaro is no longer with WWE. That's some shocking news there. And I'm just ashamed of that. So Cesaro's no longer with WWE, and honestly, that's a huge loss. Where's it going to wind up? At AEW, Impact, NWA? We know, who knows. Also, there's another news that the Klitschko brothers, they're going to be fighting for Ukraine from the Russian invasion, so that's interesting news right there. Also, guys, other news, by the way, that Winnie Harlow was straddling with Kyle Kuzma on a beach vacation spot, and Kyle Kuzma was laid out, and Winnie Harlow was on top. Now, Winnie Harlow and Kyle Kuzma, they broke up, by the way, but they got themselves back together, so that's some interesting news there. Also, guys, that Misha Tate just won silver, Big Brother, Big Wrestler on that. Other news that D Rose is out after a minor right ankle procedure, so not look good there. And other news that the Knicks have lost to the Heat, 115-100, which I'm very upset about. RJ Barrett, he scored 46 points in that game. Also, guys, another news that the Clippers defeat the Lakers yet again, 105-102. Yeah, the Sixers defeating the Wolves 133-102. James Harden made his Sixers debut last night when he had 27 points, had 12 assists, and in his Sixers debut. That's mainstream news right there. But that's why the Sixers defeated the Wolves 133-102 in that game. Yeah, the Pels ending the Suns' 8-game win streak, 117-102. And that's all there's to say about that. Also, guys, Xbox returns to the wrestling ring after years away, so that's some news right there, everybody. Also, guys, other news I want to sort of see. Want to get you guys into, by the way, that Patrick Mahomes and Brittany Matthews, they just had their bachelor and bachelorette parties, so they'll be married by next month, by the way, in March, so interesting right there. And Rafael Nadal, I already told you guys, he advanced to the Mexican Open final, so big congrats to him on that. Also, guys, another news. I want to send birthday wishes out to Mike Bolton, Erica Badu, Teresa Palmer, Brittany Renner, Taylor Dooley, Slimmy B. You got Old Gunner, Sol Kajar, Antonella, Racuzzo, Charlie Weld, Brian Shaw, Morgan Bryan. Belated birthdays out to, let's see here. Let's see. Maria Kanellis Bennett, Nate Ric Flair, Tia Leoni, Chelsea Handler, Roski DeJones, Janella James, Isabel Furman, Natalie Dreyfus, Jimmy Fredette, Arashi, Rotella, Thon Maker, Afro B, Eugenie Bouchard, Michelle Lewin, Christy Mewis, Stephanie Bottomore, Amy Ruffalo, Brielle Bierman, Fred Van Vliet, Matt Doherty. So somebody birthday wishes, so please be sure to stand by. That's all you need doing that. Also, guys, that King LeBron James is gonna have himself a museum in 2023 in his hometown of Akron, Ohio. So it's gonna be known as the King LeBron James Museum. By the way, it's gonna be at the it will be at the Upper Deck Sports House 330. So that's some interesting news right there. That's all this I can say, everybody. So that's everything you need to know, everybody, and that's interesting news right there. I'll tell you about that. Also, guys, Lakers lose to the Clippers yet again, 1-5-1-2. So not look good there. On that note. Well, also, guys, another news I want to get you guys into, by the way, that Sasha Banks, Naomi, former members of Team Bad, they're back together, and they're coming for those women's tag team titles, by the way, and they can get their women's tag team title between at WrestleMania 38. So that's interesting news right there. Also, guys, some other news I want to get you guys into, by the way, that Sami Zayn attacked Johnny Knoxville last night on SmackDown. You guys have seen that. And Sami Zayn's going to defend his Intercontinental title against Ricochet next week. So does anyone want to see Sami Zayn defend the Intercontinental title against Johnny Knoxville next week? I'm sorry, not next week. Sami Zayn against Johnny Knoxville for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 38. Do you think that's ever going to happen? Let me know about that, but I will address the response to that. That's all there's I can say. And Johnny Knoxville, he's going to want to get some revenge. I can tell you about that, which he really does. So, look forward to that. Also, guys, XPac turned to wrestling after years away. So, that's some news right there. I'll tell you about that, everybody. So, best news you got there, everybody. That's all that you need to know. Well, also, some sad news here. I want to get you guys into something I get on my chest here that, a lot of you guys know that yesterday I lost another club fanatic of mine. My name is Bobby Lawson, who was deceased of a long-time addiction. My thoughts and prayers go out to Bobby Lawson's family members, all the Khalil fanatics out there that he knew, all the fans, all the viewers, all subscribers. It's earth-shattering loss of a long-time Khalil fanatic that I've known since elementary through high school days, and that's an awful news there. So, I want to get that out there. So, that's all I can say about it on that note, and just a sad thing right there. Something I had to deal with. So. He died yesterday of addiction, so awful news there. That's all I can say about it. And that's all there's you need to know. So sad news there. Rest in peace, Bobby Lawson. You'll be missed by a lot. So awful news there. So that's all I can say about it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will do right there with the Khalil Sports Board. Live subscribe to the Khalil Sports Board YouTube channel on Facebook page by any and all means necessary. Wait, those your response on Novak Djokovic losing the Dubai 2022 Open Championship. Let me know about that. About just not sure about it. And Rafael Nadal, he advances. Let me know about that. What's the King LeBron James had a museum in 2023 in Akron, Ohio, his hometown of Akron. Let me know about that, buddy. Also, someone said about those prayers out to Ukraine. As you guys know that Russia invaded Ukraine, and that's some awful news. There's a lot of events in Russia are going to be canceled. So that's all. Just the Russian GP that's been canceled. UCL final, that's been canceled. That's a move out of Russia. And a lot of events out of Russia are not going to be taking place this year because of Russia's attack on Ukraine. That's some awful news there. What are those of Cesaro leaving WWE? Let me know about that. But what's on the Klitschko brothers fighting for Ukraine after Russia's invasion? Let me know about that. What are those on D-Rose out after a minor right ankle procedure? Let me know about that, but I'll address my shirt by. That's all I can say about that. And that's all they need to know. Thus, George Mousasi retained the Bellator middleweight title against Austin Vanderford. First on TK, 11 over that. I would just want sure. You think the Knicks are going to come back from the loss against the Heat, 11 about that? I would just want sure. But you think the Lakers can come back from a loss against the Clips, about that as well? Snippers are the Mike Bolton, Erica Badu, Maria Kanellis, Bennett, Teresa Palmer, Brittany Renner, Natrick Flair, Taylor Dooley, Slimmy B, Oki Gunner, Solskjaer, Antonella, Rakazo, Charlie Wed, Brian Shaw, Morgan, Brian, and somebody brother wish out tweets. Please be sure to do that, Brad. That's all you know with that. That is all there's I can say about it. I'm back for breaking news. Times live auditions. Defining soon to a whole lot more than the clue of sports. What I think sports living. And then you got to know it's all this I can say. But take care, you guys. You guys have a good day. Please be safe out there. Bye bye.